This is a reading of Brenda's blog titled, So It Begins. Dear ones, even though you ended your 3D dance, you might not yet feel beyond 3D, for some pieces continue to impact your moods and interactions. Such is expected. You did not shift from a 3D infant to a toddler in one day. It was a process, as it is for you now. Past actions are no longer appropriate, and future actions are just beginning, so you feel discombobulated and a bit raw. Allow those feelings to pass through you as you adjust to your new being. You are also not likely yet fully aware of a deepening sensation of knowing something without needing words. What you are experiencing is beyond 3D intuition, almost as if you have an inner camera with voice activation. You might describe these new sensations to others, only to discover your information anchors them, much like 3D babies innocently exploring light sockets, only to be redirected with a loud no. You are feeling, sensing images, words, and pieces that others may not wish to expose. Yet you are excited about the information because it expands your capabilities. Some of you are so frightened by this new skill that you successfully block the information, a blocking maneuver that might work for a few days. But as you needed to learn how to walk, you need to know how to access this information. Perhaps you're concerned that you're sensing, feeling, or hearing information that invades the privacy of others. So you may be, at the beginning, until others learn to pull down their inner window shade. There is no reason to know what others do not wish you to know. But by accessing the information of others, you will better understand your skills. What you are now likely experiencing is similar to a 3D toddler saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, for you will offend some beings without meaning to. Perhaps you wonder why you are accessing information that might offend others. Such is so because you may not yet trust your personal information. Maybe you sense that you want to do something, that a being is not suitable for you, or that you must travel to a particular place. All concerns that could be addressed if you trusted your inner voice. But in this beginning stage, you ponder your inner wisdom. So the other way to test if your messages are accurate is if others acknowledge that they are. This phase of invading the privacy of others to confirm the accuracy of your inner messages seems like a convoluted, perhaps even mean exercise. But then others will be reading, seeing you as diligently as you do them. The information you gather will not necessarily be life-altering, but more of an insight into their preferences at a particular moment. Most of you reading this message, or listening, are horrified because in 3D you are not encouraged to know much about your internal thoughts, much less thoughts of others. This is a primary exercise in expelling that 3D attribute. Do not fear. You will not harm others with the information you gather and likely relay. It is more about practicing a skill you have always had but did not dare acknowledge in 3D. Eventually, words will not be a necessary earthly communication tool. This is lesson 1 in that essential skill. You will relay information others may not wish you to know because they are determined to hide that piece from themselves. At the same time, others will read you. As you practice acknowledging these often ignored sensations, feelings, and inner workings of others, a skill you have honed through eons of interactions in places other than 3D Earth, you will acknowledge the reality of your inner voice. Languages, slang, and accents have created earth barriers for eons. Now that you have become one with yourself, you are beginning to acknowledge the same with others. Living in different parts of the world no longer means you cannot communicate with one another. Your new world does not have the same communication barriers as was true in 3D. But, like a 3D toddler, you might express something someone does not want to acknowledge. That information will not destroy their life, nor yours. It is information that will encourage others to look within, the object of this skill, and to pull the curtains when privacy is important. You will not access information that could not be shared any more than is true for a 3D toddler. You will merely make observations that others may not wish to address, but they will likely do so once you have shocked them with that piece. For example, a toddler might ask someone why they have big teeth or their arm is missing. Information that is fully available to all, but never or seldom reviewed by adults or older children because it isn't nice to do so. So it will be for the information you access about others, and they about you. Why do you live here if you dislike it so much? Why aren't you looking for a job that better suits your being? Not necessarily intimate details, but pieces others are afraid to address within themselves. In this phase, you will take the first steps to communicate without the spoken word. Skill 1 in your new bag of tricks that is now part of your new world. So be it. Amen.